You're a police officer.
I certainly am.
You are, okay. Would you mind just identifying
I'm
yourself for me, if you don't
Detective
mind?
Inspector Richard Hamlin.
Detective Inspector Richard Hamlin. Okay, no worries.
So, I just need to let my colleagues know what you're doing.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yep.
Can I ask why you're recording it?
Just for my own interest.
Okay. So, from my point of view, you know, I need to consider security of a police station.
Yep.
It's unusual for somebody to be
Well,
filming.
you may feel it's unusual, but I don't.
Okay. So why? What's your motivation for filming?
It's a public service what we pay for.
Okay. It's unusual. You're the first person I've ever known in 25 years.
No.
Colleagues.
I'm quite sure that you know about people filming police stations.
Well, it concerns me, I've got to say.
Yeah, but whether or not it concerns you or not, and what the actual law is, okay, your concern and what the law is are completely different, because what I'm doing is a completely lawful activity.
Okay.
Okay. And as long as I break no laws, commit no crime, then I'm well within my actual rights to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
And regardless to what anyone's views and opinions are, those views and opinions do not trump my rights.
Okay. And can I ask your name?
I don't need to give that.
Okay. So you're giving me some cause for concern now, because you're next to the police station.
Well, why do I need to give my name?
Because you're filming the police station.
So because I'm doing a lawful activity, I'm meant to give my name. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that, did I? What I said to you is, I've given you my name. I'm asking yours. I'm slightly concerned what your motivation is.
Yeah, and as I said, I don't need to give my name.
Okay. Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to do anything. You asked me.
At the moment, okay, you're being slightly obstructive. You're not giving me your name.
No,
your hands
I don't.
In your pocket, and I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah, my hands were in my pocket even before you got here, sir.
Okay, I'm being completely reasonable with you. Take your hands out of your pocket so I can.
No, don't tell me what to do. I don't need to do anything. Okay, if you need to, please take a step back. Please step backwards, okay? You approach me. No, you approach me, okay? If you're unsure, then I would actually advise you then to please step backwards. I would stand in here and I would ask you to actually step back, please,
So
sir.
what I will say to you is, I don't need to take a step back. I'm quite comfortable.
And I don't need to take my hand out of my pocket.
But what I said is, okay, could you take your hands out
And
of
I
your
said
pockets?
no, because I don't need to.
Okay. Well, then it gives me concern that you may be
What? Because I've got pockets in my clothing and my hand goes into a pocket, that's giving you concern.
What's giving me concern is it's very unusual for somebody to come and film a police station.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I've never known it before.
Then if that's the case, then you are well and truly behind the times as an officer in your position.
But I've never known it. And what I've got is a chap who won't give me his name, who's got his hand in his pocket, who's giving me calls for concern.
Okay, so my hand in my pocket, okay, doing a completely lawful activity, okay, because of your feelings, not what the law is. Those are your feelings. That's not the law.
What I'm telling you is,
no, please don't tell me. Please do not tell me.
You're doing an unusual activity, and you've got your hand.
Is it lawful? Is it lawful?
I've been quite reasonable with you, and I'm asking.
Is what I'm doing lawful?
At the moment, it would appear to be.
Right, it is, okay? Well, there you go, okay? You've answered your own question. So whatever you do as of this point, okay, will be unlawful because of what you've just stated.
Because I've asked you to take your hand out of
and
your
I
pocket
said no.
I've got concerns.
I don't have to take orders from you.
I didn't ask you to take orders from
Telling me to take my hand out of my pocket is an
you
order.
No,
okay? And I said no. Okay? And I don't have to do that.
So I'll ask you again, what's your name, please?
I don't have to give my name.
I've tried to be quite reasonable with you.
Yeah, and I've done nothing wrong. I do not have to give my details. That is my lawful right not to give my details. Okay? And me having my hand in my own pocket, okay, whatever your concerns and your feelings are, those are your concerns and feelings.
The inspector's request here falls short. The simple test is, an officer's feelings don't create suspicion. Having a hand in a pocket is a normal, everyday action, not reasonable grounds for suspicion of a crime. By treating it as a threat, the officer appears to be manufacturing concern to justify his questioning. Will he escalate from here?
Okay. So, you said this is an unusual activity.
No, you said that.
No, you said that.
No, you said it was unusual.
I said it seemed a very unusual activity.
Yeah, and I said to you, it may seem unusual. To me, it's not.
Okay. So have you done this before?
Okay. It's irrelevant whether or not I've done it before.
Okay. Well, what I'm asking for is because I've never met you before. Okay, I need to know a little bit more about what's going on here. It seems
Okay, right.
very
Well
strange.
then, if that's the case, okay, can you give me your date of birth, okay, and your home address?
Right, okay. I've given you my details.
Okay, no, give me your date of birth and home address.
You're asking me
No,
something
well,
which
you
is
want personal
completely
information of mine, okay? That's my personal information. That's not my work
I
information.
just asked
That's
you
my personal
if you'd done
information.
this before. That's not personal information.
Okay,
I'm
my name
asking
is
you-
my personal info. My
I
name is
asked
my
you,
personal
have you done
information,
this
and I
before?
said that's irrelevant.
Okay, because you said it's not uncommon.
I said it's irrelevant. Correct.
All right. So you're not prepared to give me your name.
I don't need to give you my name.
You're not prepared to take your hand out of your
I
pocket.
don't need to take my hand out of my pocket. So, and as I said, okay, if you're feeling that bothered, then please do take a step back away from me.
I'm not
You've
bothered.
walked to me.
I don't need to. I mean, the fact that you're telling me to take a step back again just adds to concern that you offer a risk to me. You're posing a threat.
Well, no. I'm saying I'm going off of what you're saying to do with my hand in my pocket. If you don't like my hand in my pocket, then move away from me. Then.
If I believed you had something which could harm me in your pocket.
Well, how do I know what you got in that bag? That if
jewelry.
you actually take a swing at me, that it might knock me out.
Okay, because I'm not
There you
going
go.
to do that.
Well,
What?
there you go. So please don't make an assumption on me because I haven't made one on you.
So, as a police officer working at this police station, I've asked you what you're doing
Yep.
here.
And as a member of the public, okay, I have the right to ask questions to whatever officer is actually on duty. Okay, I have a right to actually film police premises. I have a right to film police property, officers, vehicles, everything.
The individual remains calm and firm in his position. The principle here is straightforward. When someone is engaged in a legal activity, they are not obligated to explain themselves. After the officer acknowledges that recording is not against the law, the justification for questioning or issuing commands becomes weak. If the act itself is lawful, then there is no solid legal basis to demand identification or restrict the person's actions. At this stage, the officer seems to be trying to assert control over a situation that does not legally require intervention. The key question now is how he will respond when confronted with this legal reality.
Okay, so you're a chief inspector, yes?
No, detective inspector.
Detective inspector, right. What I'm going to do, okay, just so you don't get paranoid, okay, right, I'm going to take a memo out of my bag that got issued to every single police station, and I'm going to hand it to you to read.
Thank you.
Okay?
If it helps me understand why you're here.
Well, this is what I call a first-class education. And that is what this is, okay? It is a complete first-class education. Okay? Now, you know who the NPCC are, yes?
I do.
Right. Okay? Right. There we go. Okay? If you'd like to take it, you can actually read through it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay? Take it as long as you want. It makes no difference for me. Okay? You can see the date of when that was issued as well. So, and that got issued to every single force. So that's why I said before people actually come and make assumptions, they should actually know what people can lawfully do.
To be fair, if you go back to the start of the conversation and you've clearly recorded it, so you can do. I was asking you what you were doing. I haven't told you I haven't asked you to stop, have I?
Okay. Well, you were trying to tell me to take my hand out of my pocket.
Because
you were trying to force me to give you my name.
You to take your hand out of your pocket because it gives me concern that you've got your hand in your pocket, and I want to keep myself safe.
And I want to keep myself safe.
I just want to make sure that you haven't got anything in there.
And why do you think I keep a distance from you?
Well, you haven't really.
No, I have.
We're at a
conversation. I have. It's more than an arm's length. If we were shoulder to shoulder, then that's not keeping a distance. So does that now give you a much better idea now?
What I'm reading?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
So, and that's why I said that is with every single force and in every single police station.
But you could have just given me.
I don't need. Yeah, but I don't need to give you that.
Made it a lot easier.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but I do not need to give. No, but the whole point. The whole point of of people filming is to see whether or not you will actually abuse your office of power, okay, and actually try and take somebody's rights away from them.
Well, I hope you will see that most police officers are reasonable. You clearly can understand, but I would want to know why you were here.
Right. Well, then, as a detective inspector, okay, right now, okay, with Surrey Police Force, okay, do you know how many officers are currently on suspension from 2021 to 22?
Nationally?
No, just Surrey.
No,
only Surrey.
No,
okay,
I don't work in our
Surrey.
You're
all
right.
I'm good, thank you.
What are you filming for?
Pardon?
What are you filming for?
For my own purpose.
What purpose?
My own.
Pardon?
My own.
Right, okay. I'll come out of speaker.
Do I need a purpose to film?
Huh?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
But they can't get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
So the number's there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not
Yep.
everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose? then?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yeah.
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're
why
calling
we
me a
asked.
terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay. Well, then, can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes, it is the point, because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by a terrorist, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that.
Okay.
And then when you look at the last police station, that actually got hit by a bomb, okay, was in 1972.
By a terrorist. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman when he was in uniform?
Act.
No, but that was a member of the police. That was a member of the police, okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the point of that in terrorism?
Because it's my right, okay,
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking
okay,
why you're filming.
because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've come
My
out here
own
today-
reason. My
you've
own
come out
reason.
here today,
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
But we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What,
to
section
search
43?
you, to search you,
And
to
if
search
you
your
use
phone.
section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one,
For why?
okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right.
Right.
And if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC, back in 2020, right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station,
Yeah.
okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and section 43 should not be used, okay, in
But
that
what about
actual
hostile
event.
reconnaissance? What about that?
Okay.
What if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay. Well
and it
then,
could be viewed as
let me put
hostile
it to you this way.
reconnaissance?
I'll put it very bluntly. Okay. If you believe, okay, that it is, okay, then if you contact the counter-terrorism
Well, we
squad,
haven't got time for that.
well, no.
Terrorists,
If you
we haven't
believe
got
that,
time for that.
well, I'm just standing here.
This officer's tone shifts the situation instantly, coming across as aggressive from the start. Invoking Section 43 of the Terrorism Act requires reasonable and genuine suspicion, not mere speculation. Escalating a lawful act of filming into a terrorism concern can appear more like pressure or intimidation rather than a measured, professional response. Accusations of this magnitude carry serious weight, but the individual is prepared to challenge the claim using clear facts and legal understanding. Let's see how this confrontation unfolds.
If you believe that, okay, then you contact them.
Well, no.
Okay. But
so I'm
also
looking
as well,
at my
what are
camera,
your
so
reasonable grounds? What
Right,
are your
so you're
reasonable
outside,
grounds?
So you've waited for a van to come out. How do I know you're not going to run in when you're filming a police station? What for? It could be for the exit.
Well, this is a
could be
public
for the
footpath.
entrances.
This is a public
But you won't-
footpath.
That's not public.
It makes no difference.
That's
I can film.
private.
I can film.
Yeah, so we've come out.
It-
we're asking
hang on, you
why.
say that that's private, okay? That is owned by the public.
But it's
Okay.
private. You need a pass to get in.
Who's going in?
It's
I'm not getting in.
public ground.
I'm not getting in.
So I've asked you.
You made a
why
presumption
are you-
that I may
why-
go in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you
We
made a
can't-
presumption.
We can't take that chance because
Yeah, I know.
apparently terrorists don't attack us. They do. I
Okay.
just gave an example, haven't I? A few
Yeah,
years ago.
and then should we then talk about actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis?
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if police are abusing people within the custody?
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using section 43, okay, and
Well,
that would have been
you
an
brought-
abuse
you-
of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of
You
power.
use
You're
you said the
filming
terrorism,
a police
yeah,
building,
which is a completely
which
lawful
could be seen
activity.
as
It's a
hostile
completely
reconnaissance.
lawful activity.
Right. Wait,
It's a
you've been
lawful
seen.
activity.
You're not letting me speak. All
It
I
makes no
said-
difference.
No.
Good afternoon.
Hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, is in out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for
Yes,
me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come and speak to you?
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No. I've had
that we're being protected
several
of our buildings.
good interactions here today.
Right.
Okay, with 3 other officers. I've had
Okay.
some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So you're
Right.
saying this isn't a
And
nice
not one,
interaction.
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building, they start filming. That's the first thing I. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and say, can I help you? Okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the
Yeah, I
van,
did.
okay? But then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you? Whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to. You've been filming me for ages.
okay?
So I've allowed you to.
Okay? Well,
What's
it's
your
not
first
about
name,
you
please?
allowing me to.
You just told me to allow you to.
It's not about you allowing me to. It's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right. Okay. You've just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So.
What's Okay.
What's your first name?
I won't give my name.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
What
correct.
are you auditing?
A public building. Okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers that come out, or the vehicles?
No, just whatever I can see. Just whatever I can see. Whether or not a vehicle comes out, okay, an officer comes out, makes no difference. I'll film whatever I can
Is
see.
it just police stations you do, or do you go into any other?
Any public service.
So, like a library? Would you go to a
Okay.
library?
Yep.
Fire brigade?
Yep.
Okay. I'm literally just
Yeah. No,
having spoken.
it's anything that
finding
the
out.
public. It's anything that the public pay for.
And what
Okay,
do you do
that's a
with
public
that
service.
information?
It all depends. It all depends.
On what you see?
Yeah, I use it for my own personal interest.
Oh, okay. And how many hours do you put in a week, would you say?
That's
doing that?
irrelevant to how many hours I put in.
Oh. Do you enjoy it?
At this point, the atmosphere noticeably shifts. Effective policing often depends on the ability to reduce tension rather than increase it. Instead of issuing commands, the officer chooses a respectful and composed approach. He opens a professional conversation, seeking clarity through communication rather than pressure. This method not only lowers conflict, but also helps strengthen trust between law enforcement and the public. The real question now is whether this balanced tone will continue or if the situation will change again.
Enjoy it, yeah. So because at the moment, and especially with the Met, and then even then, if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide.
Yeah.
Okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force
agree.
without
I
any
agree
shadow of a
completely.
doubt. It's very important that we have one.
Yeah. It's a good relationship.
Thank
That's
you.
why initially PCSOs were introduced. Initially.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that. Okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing, or was it actually about actually trying to get trained officers in?
What do you mean?
trained officers.
Well, no,
They're civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay,
I used to work at
they're
PCSO.
they're not in the same level as you guys as constables.
No.
They're not in the same level.
They don't have the same powers.
yeah,
as
Correct.
such. Yeah, it's not that
Okay.
they've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been
have
put
the same
in
powers. The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers, okay, where they go out onto different estates. okay, and try and
You've
engage.
got safer neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that attach to the safer neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to, look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it. And that's why I said I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me, he turned around and went, "You're all in?" I went, "Yes."
Do you
And
understand,
then,
do you understand why we come up and question you?
yeah,
There's
but-
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
Yeah, I welcome
And then-
any interaction.
Mm.
But as soon as try and say about the terrorist act,
Terrorism.
okay, and all the rest of it, okay, then that is when, okay, it won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have been.
That's what we're trying to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people are gathering for information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite destructive.
Well, any place really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Yeah, well, just remember, everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth.
Right.
Okay, the only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
okay,
you'll be able to see how
many people come in and out, what times the people come in and out.
I'm curious.
I don't care how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out.
Okay.
I'm not here for that.
But when I came out straight away, I said, "Oh, what are you doing?" And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, "I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings," then it would have been.
But I don't have to justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
yes.
Like if we walked past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question, I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
A purpose.
Okay.
That's it.
For my own interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't say your own interest. You said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay. And if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you can't get all angsty when people come and ask you.
So then,
it's our job to come and ask them
so then do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street, and stop them all?
That's not my job to do that.
Do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera?
It's not my job again,
okay, do you walk up to everyone who you can see with a phone?
It's a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this is just, and I'm just a normal member of the public with a phone.
The first thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what we've come after.
Okay, so, and that's why I said to you that instead of actually doing it exactly as you've done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Just
I just
so you
take
know,
it. I just take it stage by stage.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you do.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
But you said I was fine in the van.
Okay, yeah, and it was when you got out, your tone changed.
Right.
Okay.
You said it was when I mentioned the terrorism act, which was a good 10 minutes into the conversation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The camera footage will actually show that. Also, as well, you didn't have that on straight away. Okay. Okay. And just make sure, okay, that does actually get kept, because I will be requesting a copy of that.
For a policing purpose, it can get kept. So I have to justify why I've kept.
No.
Yes, I do.
Once I put in a request, okay, I had 30 days before it is actually deleted.
Correct.
Okay,
so
and it's in that time. Okay, and it's in that time that I will request a copy of it.
Okay,
and that's why I said, okay,
but
please
other
make
than
sure.
A policing purpose, we can't save our body.
Okay.
It has to be for a policing purpose.
Okay. Yeah. And this is a policing purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay, because we're having an interaction. Okay, and if you actually look, or even on the Metzone website, okay.
We don't record every interaction.
I know you don't, but you are recording this interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I said I will request a copy of
No
it.
problem. But like I said, I can't save it unless it's through police.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
With staff there.
All right.
Or
Yep, no
you
worries.
can call up 101, which I write on here, and you can say, I would like to make a complaint about police.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you want to just find the common pass? And they will be able to make a complaint for you on the phone. They'll be able to sort it out. Okay, and someone will contact you.
You are talking about on the telephone, or
Yeah. So if you call up on your phone, 101,
yes,
and just say, I'd like to make a complaint to the police.
yeah.
So a
in regards
question,
to this
what are you
matter.
auditing now by just filming
And
me
then
listening to
this
these?
police station, as
I'm not
yours,
listening
the
to
Green
No,
police station.
me listening to them. I am.
Okay.
So I'm asking, like, what's the purpose of
Because
you
there's no
filming me
actual,
just to...
like, work in front office
Just
here.
curious,
So they
like, I'm
make
just
complaints.
curious, like...
The complaints go
Because
over the phone,
you're-
telephone number,
an officer on duty, okay, looking very unprofessional with your hands tucked in your actual body warmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not allowed to put our hands in our pockets.
Yeah, I know. Well, that looks even worse.
But
That
we're
looks
allowed-
even worse.
That's fine. But we're allowed to do
Okay.
this. We're not
Yeah, I
allowed
know,
to
but
put our hands
it
in our
looks a lot
pockets.
worse. Trust me, it looks a lot worse.
Okay, that's fine. But we've got rules. I'm not allowed to put my hands in my pockets.
Okay.
They're a lot more accessible from here compared to down here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rules that are there. Okay, i.e. to do with the way that you also identify as well. Okay, it's like where you first actually just sort of dipped your shoulder and then pointed at your actual
But
number.
If you listen to the thing, I say that's my number 1171NA, and then you say, can you actually say it?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You did not say your number.
I did.
Okay,
You
no,
can
you
watch
did
back.
not.
That's
I
fine.
actually asked for your number.
The individual makes a strategic move focused on accountability. The concept behind body-worn cameras is transparency and accurate documentation. By formally requesting access to the footage through data protection regulations, he is taking steps to secure an official record of the interaction. This ensures that the officer's conduct can be reviewed if necessary and keeps the process within a documented framework. It's an effective way to reinforce procedural fairness, but the situation is still unfolding.
343.
1343. No worries, thank you.
I'm able to just step away from the gate.
No, I'm fine where I'm standing.
There's operational vehicles that have to come.
I'm actually on a bit of concrete and I'm off the
I know,
road.
but this is
isn't
private
really a
property.
footpath.
No, it's public property. Let's correct that. It's public
No,
property.
that's public property
No,
out there.
it's public property. Let's get that correct. The public pay for it. You are a public service. It is public
Well,
property.
this is private property.
No, it is not. It is
Police
public
building.
property.
Okay.
I'm only going exactly where I'm
So
legally
how
accessibly
can we help
allowed.
you today, sir?
I didn't ask for any help.
Say again?
I didn't ask for any help.
Okay, but you're filming and you're filming into a police station.
Yep.
We have
And-
concerns with regards to that.
Well, what your concerns are and what the
Yep.
law is, okay, are completely two different things, okay?
Why
What
is
I'm
that
what I'm
professional?
doing, okay, is it lawful, yes or no, sir?
Well, I'm asking you.
Is it lawful,
what you're
yes or
filming
no,
for.
what I'm doing?
Can you tell me what you're filming for?
I can
And then
film
I
what
can tell you whether it's lawful.
no. What I'm doing right now, is it lawful, yes or no?
Well, no, not until you tell me what you're
No,
actually doing.
no, I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to
Right.
tell you anything. Okay, I'm doing a completely
If
lawful
you're- if you're
activity.
filming our police building for
No, I'm
terrorism,
filming public property.
then, you know,
Okay, so for terrorism reasons, okay? Right, so what concerns do you have around that
for
then?
surveillance. Surveillance
Okay,
of police building.
right,
We have
okay, then
massive-
what I would actually suggest to you then,
Yeah.
okay, is you contact the counter-terrorism team, okay, and then ask them to attend. Okay? If that's
Well,
what
we're
if that's
police
what you
officers,
actually
so we
think.
can deal with you here right
Yeah?
now, to be honest.
In what
Yeah.
way? Am I being detained?
Well, not at the moment. No.
Right. Well, what do you
We're
mean not at the
kindly
moment?
asking you
What do you mean
to
by
move
not
on.
at the moment? I either am or I'm not.
That's
what
I
is the
said, you're not
difference?
At the moment, you're not being
Okay.
detained.
Right, okay. Then I will
We're-
bid you
we
good
would
I will
kindly
bid
ask
you
if
good
could
day.
move on, please.
I don't need to move on. I
But
do
if
not
you're
need to
filming
move
the
on.
Police building, then you're giving us grounds to.
That's not grounds.
stop you.
That's not grounds, sir. Okay, that is
Right.
not grounds. Yes.
If you could tell me what you want, what you think grounds are.
Yeah?
I know.
Okay, right.
Thank you.
Here you go then. Okay.
What are you getting out of your bag?
It doesn't
can we
matter.
Step out of the way because we've got police
Because
vehicles coming
police
through.
vehicles, if we can move, that'd be brilliant.
No, I'm perfectly fine where I'm standing. Okay, right. Now, you know who the NPCC are, yes?
I do know. Yeah.
You do know. Exactly. Right, there we go. Right, so this got circulated. Now, you say that I don't have the right. Okay, good afternoon, madam. How are you?
I'm good.
Could
How
you
are
just identify yourself as well, please?
Yeah, Detective Sarah Jamak.
Detective Sergeant?
Sarah Jamak.
Sergeant. And your collar number, please.
3438. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, right, there you go. Have a read of that.
What do I need to read that for?
Well, that's from the NPCC.
Oh, okay, tell me what it means.
Okay, I know what it means.
Okay,
Okay,
what are you
you're
trying to
trying to actually take this down a different road. I'm handing you a document that got circulated to every single police station. Okay, and if you don't want to take the time to read it, then I would say let me carry on about my actual lawful business. You carry on and do your job,
What exactly
and
are
then
you
we'll
doing?
leave it at that. My business is doing exactly what I'm doing.
And what exactly are you doing?
I can film whatever I can see.
No one's saying you can't do.
Well, this one tried to imply otherwise.
Alright, well, can
I
I
have-
can speak to you about it. I'm not saying
Okay.
you can't do anything at the moment. I'm just trying to understand what you're doing.
Well, what does it look like I'm doing?
Well, I'm asking.
Come on. Let's
you don't have
look
to
at
be
it.
smart about it. Just
No,
explain to me what
let's
you're
look at
doing.
it very simply. What am I doing?
Let's just have a conversation and tell
I
me
am.
what you're doing.
I am. Well, if you're the actual officer,
Well, my
Okay.
concern is that you're
Well,
filming a police
what
building.
your concerns are and what the law is are two different things. Your concerns do not
I
trump my
appreciate
legal
that this is a
right.
public building and that you're allowed to film it.
Right, there we
But
go.
my
There's no more to
concerns
say
are-
on that.
My concerns are why you're trying to film it.
Because it's a public building and I have the right to film whatever I can see.
Okay. And
Okay.
how long do you plan on staying here and
I,
filming?
who knows? Who knows? I could be here 5 minutes, I could be here half an hour. I don't know.
Right, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
What are you hoping to achieve by filming today?
I just film public buildings.
What, any public building or just
Correct.
police building?
Any public building.
Okay. Are
What
you
the public
doing a
pay for?
documentary or what is it for?
I'm
That's
just
what
making a
trying-
video. I'm
You're
just
just
making
making
a
a
video.
Where does that video go?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I will decide once I sort of see all the footage and everything else, and then I'll decide from that point onwards.
I'm not genuinely just trying to have a
Oh
conversation.
yeah,
and
no,
understand.
then that's fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
now you're approaching the way that you're talking to me is completely different to your colleague.
Okay.
Okay, you're a lot more chilled out, a lot more
I'm
relaxed.
genuinely interested.
Okay, no, but you're a lot more relaxed. Okay, compared to what your colleague was. Okay, and what he was trying to say and what the actual law is are completely different. Completely
I do
different.
understand that. I get it.
Okay. And as you already stated, okay, what I'm doing, okay, I'm well within my lawful rights to do so, and I'm filming a public service. Now, if you had
Can
actually
you
come
understand
out,
from our point of
yes,
view, our
but
concerns and why we want to come out
yeah,
and
but
speak
what
to you?
your concerns are and what the actual law is
Mm-hmm.
are two different things. They're two different things. Okay, for you to actually go along something. Now, he mentioned terrorism.
I mean, there is a
Okay.
concern.
Yeah,
because
but
when
he
people
mentioned
survey,
terrorism.
When survey,
Okay.
but that is a genuine concern, though,
Okay,
given the
so
current
then,
climate. When
so
people are
then,
going
if
to survey
he
public
if he's then
buildings
going to
such
go
as
along
this-
terrorism, okay, then what section of terrorism is he going to use?
well, we can detain you under that. I'm not saying we are
What,
going
under
to do
section
that.
43?
But-
Under section
And that's a
43?
conversation that I'm not having with you now because that's not something we're considering.
Because
at this moment in
even
time.
if you went along those lines, then this is something for you to actually consider. If you did go down those lines, then I would ask you to make sure that if you're using section 43, that you give me the specific section from section 43
That's-
and the correct wording. Okay,
well, I
as
mean,
what
I
should
don't
be
have to
delivered.
give you that, but what I would say is,
You'll actually find
I'm
that you
listening
do.
to what you're saying.
You'll actually find that you do.
What I would ask politely and just for all our own safety is, like you said, you're more with that legally within your rights if you want to stand here. But what I'd ask you to do is if you can move to the pavement.
I'm standing on a great big concrete bit here, and I'm perfectly safe where I am.
Okay.
I'm perfectly safe where I'm standing. Okay, you're the one standing in the road, not me, sir.
I know, but
Okay,
I'm standing
so
there
if a
because I'm-
vehicle comes out, I'm safe. You're the one at risk, not me. I haven't asked you to stand in the road. There's plenty of pavement behind me and in front of me that you could easily stand, but you're the one deciding to actually stand
you
in the
do have
road.
to understand that when vehicles are coming in and out, that it's quite a large
I
area for two
won't,
vehicles.
I
and
won't,
I'd ask
I
you
won't,
to move for
I
that
won't
reason.
obstruct any vehicle. Okay, if the vehicle mounts the pavement where I'm standing, okay,
Well,
then the
that's a matter of
driver's at
opinion,
fault.
isn't it? And I'm
Well,
kind of
no,
asking
no.
you to move
If the
onto the
driver
pavement.
actually mounts the pavement and hits me, then the driver is at fault. Okay, if I'm on the pavement exactly where I'm standing, you're the one standing on the road, sir, not me.
I will going back to the original point. What is the purpose of this video? I know you
I
said
don't
you,
have-
you
I-
film public
I don't.
buildings.
That's all I need to say. I don't have to say nothing
I'm sure
more.
you've run into this issue at other police stations, yes?
I've had several conversations with several police constables. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the general consensus?
What do you think the general
Well,
consensus
I'm asking
is?
you. You're the one who does this on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking you, what do you think the general
Well, at
consensus
the
is?
moment, our concern is about safety and the safety of officers.
Okay, well, who approached who? You approached me, I didn't approach you.
Yeah, but you're-
I'm on this side of a closed gate, you were on the inside.
It's not in relation to that. It's about videoing them.
Yeah,
Okay, and police vehicles.
yeah, public vehicles, let's get that correct.
They're police vehicles. I didn't deny
Public
they're
vehicles.
public vehicles or private
Okay,
vehicles.
that the public pay for.
Okay, no
Okay,
one's
as
arguing
soon as
that
they
point.
come out that gate, any vehicle that comes out that gate and goes onto a public road,
This last segment really sums up everything we've seen today. Some officers choose communication and professionalism, while others lean on authority and pressure. In this case, the detective sergeant tries a softer approach by raising safety concerns, yet the individual confidently maintains his position within the boundaries of the law. There are 3 key lessons here. First, recording from a public area is typically a lawful activity. Second, an officer's personal opinion does not cancel out constitutional rights. And third, respectful dialogue consistently produces better outcomes than intimidation tactics. What are your thoughts on how the sergeant handled the situation? Share your opinion below, and don't forget to subscribe for more detailed incident breakdowns. This content is intended for educational purposes only and should not be considered legal advice. Be sure to review the laws in your specific area. Stay safe.